Takehiko's words made Charlie suddenly alert. He asked, Mr. Ito, are you familiar with the chairman of Nippon Steel? Yes. Takehiko said very seriously. The chairman of Nippon Steel is named Watanabe Shinka, and he has a deep friendship with me. Charlie nodded and said, then please ask him if he is looking to cooperate with a Chinese company to build a factory recently. If so, ask him which company he is cooperating with and whether it has been finalized. Takehiko said immediately. Okay, Mr. Wade, I'll just ask. Warnya hurriedly asked Charlie. Master, do you think Mr. Watanabe has a problem? Charlie shook his head. One is this Watanabe, and the other is for you to see Watanabe's vice chairman. Both of them are suspicious, but I am still not sure who has the problem, and neither it's okay to exclude both of them, or include both. Warnya nodded lightly, without saying more. This is because she also knew very well in her heart that this matter was far beyond her control. Since Charlie had already come to Japan for her, she would completely listen to his arrangements. When Ito heard that there might be a problem, he patted his chest and said, Mr. Wade, I am very familiar with Watanabe. Although he is a little bit cunning in business, he is still very upright. I believe he should have nothing to do with the murder of Miss Song. Charlie smiled slightly. Mr. Ito, I am not distrusting you, but this matter involves many lives, so you still have to be cautious. Could you please help me ask this Watanabe, and please also ask. At the time, try to be more natural and don't let him hear what you mean. Takehiko nodded, immediately took out his cell phone, found Watanabe's number, and called. The call was quickly connected, and a lazy voice came. Hey, Ito, what do you bastard doing calling so early? Takehiko laughed and said, Watanabe, where are you now? Watanabe yawned. I'm sleeping, where else can I be? What's the matter with you? Let me sleep a little longer if there is nothing important, Takehiko said. I heard that you want to cooperate with a Chinese company? Are there any companies that have confirmed intentions? Watanabe asked curiously. What? Are you planning to enter the steel industry? Takehiko said. No, I just ask you. I happen to know some friends in China. If your cooperation here has not been settled, I may be able to help you match up. Watanabe said, we have indeed considered this matter. Recently, it seems that we have indeed been docking with some powerful Chinese companies, but I will leave this to Hashimoto. Takehiko asked, Hashimoto? Is it Hashimoto Kinzen? Yes. Watanabe said with a smile. To be honest, this kind of cooperation to build a factory is not too big a business for Nippon Steel as a whole. I usually don't directly intervene, but if you have friends who want to cooperate, then I can sell you face. Takehiko smiled and said, then I will thank you in advance, but has Hashimoto determined a partner for cooperation? If he already has a certain candidate, I will suddenly jump in. I am afraid, not suitable. Watanabe said indifferently, you don't need to worry about Hashimoto's suitability, he is a senior part-time worker. If I don't ask anything, he will decide, but if I ask, he can only follow orders. Takehiko laughed and said, okay, I know, wait for me to ask my friends for details, and I will contact you if necessary. Watanabe said, you have nothing else, right? I'll hang up if there is nothing else, and continue to sleep. Okay, go to sleep. After hanging up the phone, Takehiko said to Charlie, Mr. Wade, it seems that Watanabe really doesn't know about this. He didn't even ask Miss Song and Hashimoto Kinzen about cooperation, and why would he participate in the murder? Where is Miss Song in this equation? Charlie nodded slightly and looked at Warnya to the side. Did Hashimoto called you yesterday and asked you to sign a contract with the chairman? Warnya said firmly. Yes, Hashimoto called me first and asked me to go to Nishitama County to sign a contract with the chairman. Charlie snorted coldly. It seems that the problem lies with Hashimoto Kinzen. He must have deliberately deceived you to go to Nishitama County, and then set up an ambush on the mountain road in Nishitama County. Warnya asked very suspiciously, Master, I don't understand why Hashimoto Kinzen would harm me. I have no grievances with him, and there has never been any intersection before. Why did he plan to kill me? Charlie said coldly. Many assailants and victims don't know each other. What really drives him to murder each other is mostly profit. It must be good for him to kill you, so he did this. Warnya was even more surprised, and asked, I really can't think of it, what good will I do for him if I die? He won't get any good either. Charlie looked at Warnya and said seriously, you are dead. It may be difficult for him to get any benefits directly, but the key is to see if anyone benefits him after you die. Warnya's expression suddenly tightened. Master, you mean, someone hired him to kill me? Charlie nodded firmly. I think it should be like this. Warnya was a little nervous at once, and at the same time she couldn't understand. She said vaguely, but it doesn't make sense. I have never offended anyone. Who would be good if I die? Charlie looked at her, smiled but did not speak, because he already had an answer in his mind at this time. He felt that Honor Song and his father Tianming Song were most likely behind the incident. Charlie knew everything about the Song family. Warnya's parents died young, and there are several uncles in the family. Among them, Tianming, the father of Honor, has the most influence. Because he is the eldest son and the successor that the old man had originally decided to set aside. Therefore, in Warnya's generation, Honor is naturally the most influential one. Warnya has not had much influence because she has no parents and is alone. It is also fortunate that Mr. Song takes care of her and loves her, so even if her parents are gone, she can still enjoy the treatment of Missy. In case Mr. Song is the kind of old feudal patriarchal patriarch, Warnya has no parents. I am afraid that the Song family has long used as a marriage tool, married her to a big family as a wife. However, since Warnya met Charlie, her position in the Song family has skyrocketed. When the old man Song was about to die, Warnya asked Charlie to pull him back from the palace of the kings of the lords. Then Charlie also looked at Warnya's face and gave him a rejuvenation pill to regain his health and be 20 years younger. Therefore, when Charlie gave a pill as a birthday gift on his birthday, Mr. Song was so excited that he passed the position of patriarch to Warnya. In this way, Warnya suddenly became the most powerful one in the Song family. In contrast, the power and influence of Honor and his father have shrunk drastically. In this case, Honor and his father must be very dissatisfied with Warnya. Once the dissatisfaction in their hearts continues to accumulate, over time, they have the idea of murdering Warnya, and it seems logical.